Realty Times contributor Ali Alavi has a lot to say about closing costs. He says that purchasing a new home is a big undertaking. There's a lot of players and a lot of moving parts.
So true, but obviously home buyers want to be aware of all of the costs that they have along the way. Beyond obtaining a mortgage, there are some additional fees associated with buying a home, particularly for first-time home buyers. Some of these fees might require, well, a bit of explanation.
They do. In order to be prepared for a home purchase, it's important to understand what is included in closing cost. Closing costs are the expenses associated with the sale of a home and are due, well, at the closing. Some of these may be paid by the buyer, some by the seller, and some are shared by both parties.
That's right. While some closing costs may be rolled into a mortgage loan, others might not, and buyers should be prepared for payments that are due at the close of sale.
They should. Every home sale is different, so buyers should work with their lenders and their real estate agents to determine what closing costs they can expect to pay.
That's right. Now, here are just a few possibilities. The mortgage application fee is a fee that the buyer pays to the lender. It might also be rolled into the closing cost.
Yes, and the credit report is sometimes paid by the buyer at the beginning of financing negotiations. Like the mortgage application fee, it can also be included in the closing cost.
Other lender fees are charged by lenders in addition to application and credit report costs. Lenders sometimes charge additional fees to research a buyer's loan eligibility and to even execute the loan.
Yes, a professional home appraisal and a licensed home inspection can be required by the lender in order to obtain financing. These processes determine a home's value and condition, respectively. These expenses are usually assumed by the buyer and may be included in the closing costs.
That's right. A title exam or even a title search is conducted to verify that there are no competing claims of ownership against a home that might cause problems in the future. It verifies that the property is free of claims or liens so that the title can be legally transferred to the new owner.
Title insurance is an assurance that the property title is valid.
That's right. Brokerage commissions are fees that are usually paid by the seller to the real estate agent for marketing the property and negotiating a sale with the buyer. The proceeds of the sale also pays the buyer's agent if the buyer hired one. Otherwise, the full commission goes to the seller's broker and agent.
Documentation costs include attorney, escrow, and closing fees associated with the preparation of legal documents. Sometimes these are paid by the buyer and sometimes by the seller, and sometimes they're shared depending on the terms agreed to in the sale.
Now, wire or courier fees. These are expenses associated with transporting documents between principals in the transaction.
Right. Recording fees are a payment to the entity in charge of land records for the creation of an official record of the property exchange. Recording fees may be assumed by either the buyer or the seller.
Transaction or document tax. Usually the seller is responsible in paying this legally required excise tax. So you should not be concerned with this when it comes to your closing, especially in Massachusetts.
That's right. Discount points are also called points. They're simply a form of prepaid interest on the loan. Now, buyers may choose to pay points at closing in order to lower the interest rate on the life of the loan.
Love that. And closing costs are specific to where the sale takes place and the negotiations specific to the sale. So there's no really kind of, cookie cutter answer to what is included in closing cost on any given sale.
That's right. Now, for any additional information about what might be included in closing cost, buyers should consult their lenders, agents, and real estate attorneys prior to the close of the sale so there's no surprises on closing day.